When I turned 50, something shifted in the way I looked at my health. Not in a dramatic midlife crisis kind of way, but in a quiet moment one morning while holding a warm cup of tea. It was green tea that day, nothing fancy, but I remember thinking, I've been drinking this for years. Do I really know what it's doing to my body? And the truth is, most people over 50 never ask that question. We drink tea because it's comforting, or because someone once told us it was healthy, or because it's what our parents did. But when I started digging into the science, not the complicated, intimidating science, but the simple, practical kind that actually matters, I realized that tea is doing far more inside the body of a person over 50 than most of us ever imagine. And here's the surprising part. Some of these effects are incredibly beneficial, and some can sneak up on you if you're not paying attention. So let's have a real conversation about what actually happens when you drink tea every single day. After the age of 50, I'm not here to lecture you or tell you what to do. I want this to feel like two friends chatting across a table. One of them being a doctor who's seen thousands of patients and learned that small daily habits often shape our health more than any prescription. The first thing tea does, whether it's green, black, oolong, herbal, or white, is gently nudge your metabolism in a way that becomes more meaningful as you get older. After 50, our metabolic rate naturally slows down. Not drastically, but enough that many people notice extra weight hanging around the belly, thighs, or lower back, even if they're eating the same way they always have. Tea contains plant compounds, called catechins, especially a famous one called EGCG, that help your body use calories a little more efficiently. I don't want to exaggerate, tea is not going to melt fat off your body like magic, but it does help your cells burn energy in a cleaner, more stable way. Think of it like tuning up your car engine. It doesn't make you a race car, but it keeps things running smoother. And here's where this gets practical. Many of my patients tell me, "Doctor, after 50, I feel more sluggish in the mornings." Tea, especially green or black tea, offers a gentler lift than coffee. The caffeine is lower, yes, but it's paired with L-theanine compound that smooths out the stimulant effect, reducing jitters and preventing the energy crash. That combination becomes incredibly valuable as we get older because our adrenal system isn't as forgiving as it was in our 20s. With tea, you still get alertness, but it feels clean, stable, and focused. Now, another thing happens inside your body quietly, almost invisibly. When you drink tea every day, inflammation begins to decrease. I'm talking about the low-grade inflammation that most people over 50 don't realize they have. The stiffness in the knees, the achiness in the fingers when you wake up, the pressure behind your eyes, the heaviness in your joints after sitting too long. Much of that comes from oxidative stress, essentially tiny sparks of cellular rust. The antioxidants in tea help neutralize those sparks before they spread. This is one reason people in tea-drinking regions of the world, Japan, parts of China, some regions in the Mediterranean, tend to have lower rates of chronic diseases as they age. But here's something I want you to hear clearly. Tea alone won't fix inflammation if your diet is full of sugar, ultra-processed foods, or late-night snacks. Tea is a helper, not a hero. But it's a powerful helper, especially when consumed consistently. Then there's something most people don't realize. Tea changes the way your blood vessels behave. And for those of us over 50, that is huge. Our arteries lose flexibility with age. They stiffen, making it harder for the heart to pump blood effectively. Several compounds in tea relax the inner lining of your blood vessels, improving what we call endothelial function. Again, no complicated science here. Your arteries become more youthful, more able to expand and contract. That means your blood pressure can gently drift downward. It won't replace hypertension medication, but it can absolutely support an overall heart-healthy lifestyle. And if heart disease runs in your family, or if you've ever been told you have high LDL cholesterol, this is the part you'll want to remember. Drinking tea daily can reduce the oxidation of cholesterol. Now, oxidation is what makes cholesterol dangerous. It's like the difference between a smooth pebble and a jagged rock. Oxidized cholesterol becomes that jagged rock. It irritates the inside of your arteries and leads to plaque buildup. Daily tea drinkers have been shown to have less oxidized LDL. meaning their cholesterol behaves more politely, causing less trouble. Simple habit, meaningful impact. But tea doesn't just affect your heart and metabolism. It also influences your brain in a way that becomes increasingly important after. Several long-term studies show that people who drink tea regularly have a significantly lower risk of cognitive decline. Why? Because tea protects the brain in two powerful ways. First, those antioxidants reduce inflammation in the brain. Second, caffeine and L-theanine together improve memory, attention, and reaction time. Many coffee drinkers switch to tea after 54. This reason they still want mental clarity, but not the anxiety or disrupted sleep that strong coffee sometimes triggers. Speaking of sleep, here's a surprising twist. Drinking tea during the day can help you sleep better at night. Not because tea itself makes you sleepy, but because it calms your nervous system throughout the day. A calmer day leads to a smoother night. But let me say this clearly. If you're sensitive to caffeine, drink your caffeinated teas before 2 p.m. and switch to herbal teas in the afternoon or evening. And that brings me to herbal teas, because for people over 50, these can play a unique role. Chamomile, for example, supports sleep and digestion. Peppermint eases bloating. Ginger helps with nausea and joint discomfort. Hibiscus can help lower blood pressure. Rooibos is excellent for people who want antioxidants without caffeine. Many of my patients over 60 drink a cup of hibiscus or ginger tea in the evening and tell me it feels like their bodies exhale after the day. Now, let's talk honestly about something most videos skip. Are there risks? Yes, but they're manageable. Drinking extremely hot tea can irritate the esophagus. Too much caffeinated tea can cause palpitations or heartburn. And if you have iron deficiency anemia, drinking tea with meals may reduce iron absorption. Simply drink tea between meals instead. These are small adjustments. It's not deal dash breakers, but the biggest trap people fall into is thinking that tea cancels out an unhealthy lifestyle. Tea is powerful, but it's not a shield against processed food, lack of movement, poor sleep, or unmanaged stress. Instead, think of tea as a daily anchor, something that supports your metabolism, your heart, your brain, your joints, and your overall sense of calm. Use that feeling as motivation to make other healthier choices throughout the day. And that brings me to something I really want you to consider. Instead of just drinking tea, experiment with upgrading how you drink it. Add a squeeze of lemon to green tea boosts antioxidant absorption. Add a slice of ginger to black tea to support digestion. Try replacing your second cup of coffee with tea for 1 week and see how your energy feels. Replace your sugary afternoon snack with a warm herbal tea. Small shifts can create big results. So here's my gentle challenge to you. Choose one small tea habit to start this week. Not to impress me, not to impress anyone. Do it because your body after 50 deserves care, attention, and gentle nourishment. And tea can be one of the easiest, most enjoyable places to begin. Whether you drink green tea, black tea, herbal blends, or a simple cup of chamomile before bed, I want you to drink it with awareness. Let it remind you that aging doesn't mean decline. It means optimizing. It means choosing habits that help you feel more alive, more focused, more capable, and more grounded. And if you've been drinking tea every day for years, now you understand what it's been doing quietly inside your body. If you're just starting, this might be the beginning of a healthier chapter. And if you're somewhere in between, it's perfect. You're right where you need to be. Now let me ask you something, since you're already here. Already listening, already curious, why not try a simple shift? Replace one processed snack or sugary drink this week with a natural tea that supports your metabolism, your heart, or your sleep. You don't need to overhaul everything. Just start with that one swap. Your future self will thank you.